How do I get women over 40 going through the hormone changes that come in the second half of life to lose all the fat they want to lose without dieting, without cutting out wine and dessert and restricting everything they love, and without exercising so much? And if you went through diet culture over the last 20 years, you're probably expecting me to say something like keto or paleo or Whole30 or some other thing that I made up some stupid name for. But the way I get women over 40 to lose all the weight and feel phenomenal while they do it is much different and much more sustainable for life. Because if you're watching this, you're probably thinking that your life is different than the last person I coached, that your life is so busy, that your life is so much harder than a lot of other people who've actually succeeded through this. And you're probably right. And that's why you need to create a lifestyle change that works for your lifestyle. What a crazy concept. Am I right? And that's exactly how I get these women over 40 to lose all this weight and feel phenomenal through all the hormone changes, because we make it about them and their lifestyle and what they actually want to do and can accomplish. And it's easier than you think with my program. And I'm going to talk about how I do that. Now you're probably thinking, Tyler, my hormone changes through perimenopause and menopause have caused me to gain weight. How am I supposed to lose it in this time of my life? And I'm here to tell you that the name of my program is going to fix all of your problems when you hear this one word, and that is Revitalize. And I call my program Revitalize, and it is your personal plan because it truly does give you the vitality back in your life. And that is what you need to see lasting long-term results, so you can not only lose the fat, but feel fantastic while you do it. And that right there is where the program starts. It starts in the Revitalize phase, which is the first phase I put every single client through, no matter what they need, because you can always optimize your hormone health, your gut health, and your metabolism in order to see the results that you want to see. And most people really need this more than the other phases, which would be the fat loss induction phase and the continue for life phase.
Editing Tyler here as I'm making this video. I forgot to mention early on in the video that you can get my free cortisol guide to help you manage cortisol to lose more fat and to control your hormones. That link to that is in the description. Also, the link to my Facebook community where I do all kinds of live trainings and things. You can click that as well, and it'll take you right there. Now on to the rest of the video.
Now, circling back to the Revitalize phase, because that is the key to everything that you want. In this phase, there's an initial onboarding call with the client. And in that call, I understand exactly what they might need to start doing in order to actually revitalize. And this is where it's different than a lot of other cookie cutter programs, because it's personalized to you on what you need. And we take a step-by-step approach so you can have small wins week after week after week. And those wins compound into momentum and then motivation. Instead of a diet like keto, where there's a bunch of strict rules, you just have to start following in week one, and you get discouraged because it's really hard to follow 16 or 17 different tasks that you have to do in your diet in order to quote unquote succeed. And it's these little wins that really set people up for success, because if you get overwhelmed really easily on other programs or trying to do everything that you need to possibly do in order to be healthy, then this is exactly what you need, a step-by-step process. And that's why I do it like this in Revitalize. It makes it so much easier. Not to mention, there's a 5-core checklist with all the 5 core health markers that I'm looking for as your coach that we can track throughout the entire process so that you can actually see what you're doing, where you need to go at all times to eventually hit that point in the Revitalize phase where we can say together, okay, you know what? I think you're ready. It's time to go into fat loss induction. And I know that most of you, probably the only other time you hear the word induce is when talking about labor. And I can tell you it's not going to be nearly as bad as that. So let's go back in my office and we can talk a little bit about the next 2 stages. Welcome back to my office, aka just a corner of the basement, because I don't have an office room. We've talked about the Revitalize phase. This is the phase where you'll learn everything that you need to learn in order to actually see lasting long-term results. And that's what I stake my reputation as a coach on, is the fact that you can learn everything and educate yourself on everything that you need to know for your own health and for your own lifestyle, so that in 3, 6, 9 months, you can say, Tyler, you know what? I like you. I love you, but I'm done. I think I got everything I needed to get in order to go off on my own. And you're going to have the confidence to do that. And that is in my entire goal. And because you have that confidence through phase one, you're going to go into phase two, the fat loss phase, and it's going to be so much easier for you because then it just becomes a numbers game. You know how to hit the calories you need to hit. You know how to get your protein in. You know how to do all of this through the busyness of life, whether it's running your kids to game, your kids are off to college. You can still do all of these things even when work gets stressful. Because fat loss really it just comes down to a calorie deficit. And after we fix your metabolism and your hormones, the calorie deficit works every single time, barring you have any other issues. Now, the fat loss phase will take anywhere from a month to 12 months, depending on how much weight you actually need to lose, because you're not going to lose 50 pounds in a month or two. That's going to take a few months, and we can stick out the few months together until you lose the weight, or we can stick out 2 to 3 months together. You lose a bunch of the weight, you know how to lose the rest of it, and I can say, see you later, and send you on your way because you have the confidence and knowledge to do that. In fact, you're going to have so much confidence and knowledge that by the end of the program, I'm just going to be kind of the director and ask you what you want to do. Most of the time, my clients can give me the answer of like, well, I think I should do this next week. And it is the right thing the majority of the time to do because I've taught them how to do it themselves. So not only are you taking your vitality back through the revitalize phase, you're taking your life back and taking the control back in your own health. And that is where the power is. And then phase three, I like to call the relief phase because once you're done with the program, we take a couple weeks to make sure you're set up for success to go off on your own, that you have the confidence to do this yourself. And then once you're able to do that, you are finally able to feel the relief of hitting your fat loss goals, of taking your vitality back and revitalizing your life. And let me tell you, based on what I hear from my clients, it really, truly is a huge sigh of relief because they've been dieting on and off for years and thought that they could never, ever feel this good again, especially through perimenopause, menopause, and after. And I'm here to tell you that through revitalization, through taking your life back, through education, through learning, and through this revitalized phase, you can get that feeling too. You do not have to sit on the sidelines and continue to feel terrible in the second half of life as your hormones change and as you continue to gain weight that you don't know where it's coming from. And Revitalize is going to look different for everybody. That's why I'm not giving a full on, this is what you should do here, here, and here, because you might not need to do that. You might need something else. And the power of a personal approach will get you where you need to be. This Revitalize process and Revitalize plan is how my clients lose 20, 30, 40 plus pounds while eating arguably more food than ever before, while exercising less than they ever expected, without restricting anything, and while feeling better than they have in years and years and years. This revitalized process is the key to what you want in life. Now, if you want to know how to do this, I post on my Facebook and in my Facebook community every single day tips on how to get this done. And in my Facebook community, I even give you personalized advice on what you need to do. The links to those are in the description of this video. I also have a bunch of free guides and trainings. I'm going to link the one on cortisol in the description because cortisol is such an important hormone to women over 40 going through these hormone changes. It's a guide on how to decrease your cortisol in natural, healthy ways in order to lose more fat. If you feel like Revitalize will work for you as a woman over 40, go to my Facebook page, drop a follow, subscribe here, and I will hopefully be able to help you through my free guides and trainings. Or if you just want to jump into the nitty gritty and the good stuff of the coaching program in the Revitalize program, you can leave a comment here just saying Revitalize and I'll reach out to you. Or you can go to my Facebook page and send me a DM. I hope that you get some big takeaways from this video and that you are ready to take your vitality back and that you now know that you need to revitalize instead of diet and restrict things and start doing all kinds of crazy stuff that the internet tells you to do. Because revitalization is the best thing you can do and arguably the easiest thing you can do for your life and for your own health. My name is Coach Tyler, and I help women over 40 going through perimenopause and menopause lose weight and feel fantastic in the second half of life. And it may sound weird coming from a 26-year-old dude on why I do that, but women going through this are truly who I am called to help because of what I witnessed my mom go through, and now she's diagnosed with early onset dementia, which lately has been called type 3 diabetes because there's a strong link to food and your gut health and developing these neurodegenerative diseases. And so I do what I do for her, but for women like her over 40 going through hormone changes through perimenopause and menopause. And honestly, you're just who I love to coach. Again, my name's Coach Tyler. I run Bradley Health Coaching and Revitalize, and I hope I see you next week.